Tom, a 4-year-old boy being beaten to death is tragic enough. Now, some people say the child's life could have been saved if a protection agency had done its job. The Department of Children and Family Services is under fire tonight for how it handled the case of Christopher Valdez. WGN San Ponce has been looking into that one. What have you found?
First of all, welcome to the 31st District on the southwest side of the city of Chicago.
It is an extraordinary honor to have Governor Quinn with us today to enact bills which will continue to change the landscape of foster care in the state of Illinois.
Cook County Public Guardian Robert Harris says the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services failed to protect 4-year-old Christopher Valdez. The day after Thanksgiving, which was also his birthday, he was found beaten to death in his home in Gage Park. The boy's mother, Crystal Valdez, and her boyfriend, Cesar Ruiz, are charged with first-degree murder. Now, DCFS is coming under fire.
Signing bills will help our foster care system, help our children, help make sure that everybody gets a fair shake.
They didn't do what they should have done when you have a child that's abused. They should have stepped in. Even if they were going to leave him at home, they should have made more specific targeted services to Christopher and his sister, but also to the mother.
Back in July, the boy's mother took him to the emergency room with a black eye and bruises over his body. Doctors didn't buy her story that he had fallen. They reported her to DCFS. An investigation was launched, but a month later, DCFS dismissed the case, even though the mother had reportedly admitted she had beaten the boy and admitted she had anger issues.
These 3 pieces of legislation speaks to the child welfare system in Illinois, from the front end when children come into care at the investigative stage, all the way through the back end, how children exit care.
The bill gives hope to a lot of teenagers. It gives them a chance that they have a future.
You know, I'm not surprised that Governor Patrick Quinn would be a major supporter and sponsor this legislation, because throughout his career he has supported those issues that affect families.
Raising children is the most important thing you can do in life, and you have to do it well. And all the adults who are gathered who believe in that mission that all of us have as adults to take good care of our children.
See, over here, every last one of these children attended school. In this village, every last one of these children graduate and they go on to college.
This is very inspiring to be here. I think we have to understand that we can, as people in Illinois, do heroic things if we work together as a team.
I'm Phil DeLuca, and I've been involved with DCFS since 2007. What had happened was my ex-wife back in August of 07 was involved in a domestic battery with her boyfriend down in Champaign County. DCFS had stepped in and they told her to get an emergency order of protection and then go with a preliminary order of protection.
Was that against you?
No, it was against her current boyfriend. Or at the time, it was her current boyfriend, and she failed to do so. And DCFS found out about it. They took the children into care. I was actually on duty working at a bank. Just finished up working on some ATMs, and I get the call from Lane Daniels from the Department of Children and Family Services. And he tells me, "You the father of Alyssa Carmela DeLuca?" I said, "Yes, I am." "Okay, Mr. DeLuca, you need to come down and come pick your daughter up. We have taken your child into care." And when I walked in, I talked to Lane Daniels and his supervisor, and his supervisor just turns to me and goes, "Here you go. You need to be in court November 17th before the judge. You're just as guilty of neglect as your ex-wife is." How is that possible? I live 120 miles north of her, and by law, you're supposed to give me my kid. I'm sorry, your county doesn't have work, and I needed to work. I was under a child support order, and DCFS even made that hard on me with that. I worked Monday through Sunday, sometimes Monday through Friday, depending. And when I was going through the services, they told me, "Well, you got to go through counseling." I was doing that for 6 months. They switched counselors on me. And the counselor tells me, well, I've only got this hour of opportunity for your sessions. And I'm like, well, I'm on duty. And we went through like 3 sessions together, and then she tells me, well, you can't be present with a firearm on you in this building.
So you're saying that they wanted you to participate in services?
Right.
And the services were during the day?
During the day.
Did they offer you any services at night?
No. The only, I eventually went on my own to get parenting classes and anger management so I could comply with the court order.
Right.
They wouldn't even supply me with that. Everything was during work hours. My schedule fluctuates. I had different times, different weeks. So I went to the YMCA, and they had classes that fit to my schedule and my needs. I completed that, petitioned that to the court as evidence as I did complete it, and they said, well, I'm sorry, but we don't accept that.
They don't accept that.
It's not through our services. But when you talk to the YMCA or you talk to other DCFS caseworkers here in Chicago, they say, oh yeah, we accept the YMCA anger management and parenting classes. Why is Champaign giving you the runaround?
Well, doesn't DCFS use the YMCA for the children within their care as after-school activities? And
the DCFS here in Chicago actually gave me a list. They use the YMCA, Catholic Charities, as well as Lutheran Social Services of Illinois.
I was never abused.
Were you neglected?
Never. I got everything I needed, everything I wanted when I was a child, yes.
So how does that make you feel?
It makes me mad because I was never abused or neglected by my dad.
Right.
So there was no point for them to come and take us away.